This is Mark Garvin from WGTB FM in Washington, D.C. I'm interviewing Happy the Man in conjunction with the release of their second album on Arista Records called Crafty Hands. If you had to label your music, how would you do it? How would you describe your music?
It's kind of a blend of all of our personalities and all the influences that we go through, too. So the music isn't really the same at any given point. It's constantly changing.
Who do you feel are your major musical influences now?
We listen to a lot of British music. We listen to UK and Genesis of the old Van de Graaff. And,
yeah, they're mainly very old influences because all of us, you know, we're listening to Van de Graaff and Genesis and Gentle Giant and Yes and Crimson and all that like 8, 9 years ago, and sort of went a bit one step further beyond, we feel, as far as letting that music influence what we're doing. We think now it's more or less carrying on into its own style or mold or whatever.
There's been a remarkable acceptance of your music by college.
They're just opened up to a lot more things because they're hit with a lot of different things, you know, in school.
You mentioned that you had some personnel changes in the second album. What's new with the group as of today?
We have a new drummer again, named Coco Roussel from France. And he's been in a couple bands over there. One of them was Clearlight Symphony and Helden.
In terms of the album itself, what differences did you think Crafty Hands showed over the first one?
I believe there's a lot more just feel and soul in this music, in the actual compositions, as compared to the compositions on the first.
Plus, there was a lot more thoughtful production on everyone's part, because the first album, we were not real knowledgeable about studio processes and different things. Whereas with the second one, we had a first one under our belts, and we could go in there and really take command of our instrument and the way we wanted things to go.
What do you consider to be the most important achievement of Crafty Hands?
Well, I think to us it was really a big achievement from the point of view that we proved to ourselves that even with the personnel problem that we had and everything else that was happening with us, that we could still go in there and make it all happen without any real difficulties. And I think it gave everybody an extra stroke of confidence and belief in everyone else to see that, you know, when things got rough, we could just walk. You know, when things got rough, we could just walk. You know, when things got rough, we could just walk.